Did you feel shooting a gun for the first time?
It's pretty intense.
We've planned a trip to go to Rossi, which is on the west coast of Scotland. My cousin, he lives there. I mean, he's lived there for years and I've never been to visit them, and I have a new baby cousin I've never met, and I think I never met the previous baby cousin that he had before that. So yeah, I'm gonna meet 2 new family members and yeah, go see a part of Scotland that I've never seen before. I'm really, really excited. The weather is crap, but it's just standard here. It's just normal. So I'm in full comfies. Emma, sorry, I don't own something as big and as cozy as this, but it's mine while I'm here. And yeah, hopefully it's still really pretty, even if it's gonna be raining. But first, Wemyss Bay is the first stop, and I've not been there since I was a kid. I had an ex-boyfriend who lived in Greenock, and he used to go there. And from memory, it's one of those, you know, classic grey places in Scotland that just looks a bit miserable, but yeah, we'll see. So we're gonna get the ferry from Wemyss Bay. Wemyss Bay, what a name, eh? And then we're gonna go over to Rossi. So yeah, I'll check back in on the ferry probably.
Are you ready?
Ready! Where are we going? Steady! Go to
Rossi.
Rossi! On a boat, and it's always
Protecting my hair.
Can you pay my bills? Oh, well done, you finished. Yeah.
They're really good at smelling, they're really good at hearing, and they're pretty sharp when it comes to being able to see you. If you think back to the red jackets of the British Army, they did used to hunt them in red jackets, right? But you need to stay out of the way of them, you need to stay out of sight. You can't cover a bit of open ground as easy as you could if, like I said, if you're wearing camouflage or stuff like that. In Scotland we tend not to wear a lot of camouflage. I've got a dark brown jacket, but they wear tweeds, and tweeds usually created by the estates to match the ground that their estate sits on. So for example, you'll get an area that has a lot of red heather cover, they might have a little bit more red in their tweed. If you just do lots more deer stalking on an open hill, we have millennial grass, that's a little paler, so the tweed will be a lot paler. So you'll see the different tweeds actually correspond to the ground, because that is the original Scottish camouflage. However, as I said, you could be wearing a day glow vest, as long as you stay out of sight, you stay down, you stay on the right side of the wind, and you be quiet, then you'll shoot deer no problem at all. However, when you take guests out, you've got them there's deer out there, and I'm like, where?
Right, okay.
And that sharp movement pokes the head up, and the deer like, push, they see it, and then they'll usually look, and then they'll go 1, 2, 3, and then they'll shoot away.
Aye.
So that's generally when they see you, they'll do exactly the same as you do. They'll double take you, and then they'll look and they'll sum it up and go, it's not worth
I'm
it.
gone.
I'm off ski.
Yeah.
So aye, out of sight, upwind, and we'll be winning. Easy
Just feel like
peasy.
there's much wind here than you actually are.
No, we're really quite protected, but there's a bit out there. I mean, this is interesting. This is a bit, might be able to smell the deer before you see them, because there's a crossing point over here, and they jump across at roughly the same point every time. So
It's smelly.
it's really hard to describe.
Like a dog or a cat type smell.
Oh no,
Like, it's,
it smells bigger.
does it?
It's kind of musky,
Stronger.
musky smell. Yeah. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I don't love it,
Okay.
but like, you know,
It's kind of like,
I'm quite heartwarming about it now. I kind of feel it, and like, it's funny when you're walking with guests and you'll be like walking over a hill, and then you'll get a bit of wind will hit you, and it's just a prime example how the deer can smell you. If I can smell a deer at 50
Yeah.
metres or 100 metres, bear in mind they're hopefully a lot smellier than I am.
Yeah.
However, but they smell a lot better. So if I can smell the deer, then the deer can smell us. But anyway, right, let me get bullets together and we'll get out here and we'll have a wee look. So these are 308 bullets. This is probably the most famous round in the world. The military know it as a 7.62. Civilians know it as a 308. This will be the AK-47, is well known for shooting 7.62 rounds. GPMG in the UK, and that's their basically light support weapon. This will shoot and kill anything out in the right place, well over 1500 metres.
Is anybody else up here shooting while you're here, or is it just you and that?
No, it's just us. We are involved in quite a lot of the island, but as I was mentioning earlier on, shooting rights can be quite complex.
Right, okay.
So we just stick to where we're allowed. It's the best way.
Is this what you do with guests? Like, they'll come up and you'll get ready like this, and then you'll just go out and they'll follow you? Are they kitted up as well, or are they
Usually
just
they're all kitted up as well. So the rule with the rifle is, so that's the magazine in, but what we'll do, because we're not really planning to shoot any of these red deer, so this is more of an opportunist thing for roe deer up here. So what we'll do, as you see the bullets are in here, so it's nice and safe. I'm pushing the bullet down and I'm putting the bolt forward. So there's nothing going into that chamber just now. So even when it's set to fire, there's nothing going to shoot out of that because there's no bullet in there. So just to let you know, the rifle is safe. This is called being under the bolt just now. I can take the magazine out, I can take it out and put it back in. It's not going to affect it. The only time we'll be made ready is when I let you know, and I'll be in the front and I'll pull it back and put it forward again, okay? Something called a delayed implantation. They'll rut. So rutting is basically their mating dance. Rather than impregnate the doe straight away, the egg fertilised, but it doesn't begin to grow straight away. It delays it for months. And so what we think it's for is because when they rut before the winter time, they would be giving birth to the child and there'd be no food around. They'll rut roughly July time, July, August, and then that fertilised egg sit in the womb until January, and then once January kicks in, they'll then start to grow, which is incredible. It's like a weird aberration. I think it's to do with food supply. Cold winters, brutal, it's quite tough on them. I can see both them.
This is insane. Look at this gangster. can't believe this is your job.
There's a deer, like.
Yeah, Ralph Lauren joggy bottoms probably wasn't the best idea. I mean, I wasn't quite aware we'd be doing this. Turn yourself. So, gone are the days when John is making me a gin cocktail. Now he's taking me out deer stalking. He's fucking badass.
So you planted all of these trees?
Yeah.
All the way over there? All the way up there?
All the way up there, aye.
What's it you've got to go do the hole? Yeah, how do you make the hole?
Just get out of here. So this here is a 49,000 tree plantation. It was felled about 2 years ago. The ground was left and it was our job to come in and plant 49,000 trees. About 11 to 12,000 of them were tubed and staked. They're outside of plantation or outside fence. Then that's Sitka spruce and Douglas fir on there, on the top one. And then we've got native broadleaf direct planted behind here. So what I'm doing here is plantation. I work silviculture, the planting. We're also doing the fertilising, the spraying for weevil and vole control. And also we do the deer management and pest control. So that predominantly is roe deer and red deer on this plantation. Well, basically a roe deer gives birth to twins every year pretty much. So if you've got 3 roe deer one year, the next year you've got, what's that, 9, and then after that you've got 24, and after that, so they just exponentially increase, and each one of them can damage £1,000 worth of trees in a year. So if you've got 50 deer doing £1,000 worth of damage, that's £50,000 worth of damage in year 1. In year 2 you've now got 300 deer, each doing £1,000 worth of damage, and it just incrementally increases. Year 1 50 grand damage, year 2 150, and so basically our job is to get it down to a balance so that we've got minimal damage, plus we can serve the herd and make sure that they're not under pressure, because what also happens is that if they increase their population, then what happens is they're pressed and pushed to go find food elsewhere, which is generally either plantations or crops that belong to farmers. Pressing that, you'll start finding them in your garden eating flowers, so that's when you start to know that the ground's pressured, so we need to manage it so that people don't have any issues, no car crashes. There's so many elements to it, and what we're providing, plus obviously we get some cracking venison out the back of it. So I've kind of got this hovern just where I want you to shoot, alright? The right-handed rifle, this is, you need to use your right shoulder. Your right shoulder goes up against this, but first of all I just want you to just have a look through here, right? So that, see that white bit of wood? That's what I want you to aim at, alright? So when you come in here, you're going to come in pretty much leaning on that, so you don't need to worry too much about elevation. A little bit. So what to do is, if you put this hand on, see, like if you put your hand here, like that, that
this
should,
one?
Yeah, that should lift that up enough, just lying it on there. Is that lifted it up enough? And you kind of see, if you move your fingers around, you can get a stable position. Yeah.
It's like right in the middle now.
Now, what we'll do, just first of all, I'm going to close the bolt and let you pull the trigger with no bullets in it. So it's not going to go bang, but it's just to show you where this is going to crack. Alright, so that's safety's off. So everything the same, right, and then stick your index finger out for me. Right. So you don't pull triggers like people think you pull triggers. Just gently, gently, just apply pressure, pressure. Right. Even that was too much.
Okay.
So we'll try it again. So just just build the pressure, 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 like that.
Okay.
So you're never yanking it, it's just you're adding pressure, because see if you yank it, it's going to either go high left or low right, like that.
Okay.
As it'll do a specific thing. So you just have that squeeze, so you just go on the target, on the target, on the target, and you kind of get a surprise. You're not really supposed to you know when it's going to go, so you don't want to prepare yourself, because if you prepare yourself, you tense up, and then when you tense up, you come off target. There's so many wee things that are going on, and particularly that's not very far. That's what, 140 metres or something, 150 metres. So I wouldn't even change my scope for that. Right, you ready?
I think so.
Right. So, hear the round going into the chamber? Right, so that rifle's hot. Safety's on, alright? So if you get behind the rifle and get into that position and get your target engaged. And you see your white bit, yeah?
Yeah.
You comfortable? Now, gently, gently, gently squeeze on that. Let me have a look, see, did you hit it?
I don't think so. I did not hit it. I don't. Oh!
So let's try that again, alright? So, and you get behind it. Right, so get yourself comfortable. And you see it again. See it?
It's a bit. No, I got it.
Yeah?
Okay.
Comfortable. Right, safety off, okay.
Oh!
How do you feel shooting a gun for the first time?
It's pretty intense.
I don't know if you hit it. I'll see if I can hit it.
Come on, you can get it.
Oh, it's not. There you go. I think it just went right through that wee crown at the top. So this is Sitka spruce, and this is generally what you see. A lot of the commercial forestry plantations are made of this. It grows very, very straight and very, very fast. They're just selected for how quickly they grow, and these bits on the top are called leaders, and these are the bits that the deer like to nibble, and if they nibble the leader's what grows, and so that tree stops growing. Sometimes you might have an extra branch here that might start to become a new leader, and so if you start to see trees that have that branch going up and then a U-shaped one that overtakes it, it's because a deer came and nipped it, and then the tree grew a new leader and that became the top of the tree. So they nibble that, kills the trees, scrape up the side of the bark, kill the tree. Very easy to kill the tree. 15 in each, and see, these are quite soft because they're so young, so it's not really that sore in your hands. I can run with 150 in the bag. This is beat up, so there's going to be a lot of walking back and forward and not planting, so we'll just put 2 in each, which gives us 30, 60, 120. I'm going to go up to this corner bit and start at the corner. Systematically go through it.
Absolutely insane few days. I'm in like the greenest forest ever. It's so pretty. We've just finished up at the Mount Stewart Gardens. We've got this long walk to the car though. I'm so tired. I've been up since 5 in the morning. My back is killing me. I don't know how he does it, eh? He's older than me as well, but he does it every day. Don't know how it's possible. I am knackered. Woke up at 5:30 in the morning, been out since 6. It's now 4. My body is like, nah, you need to just like sit down for the rest of the day. I look rough as hell. I don't know if you can see like where I am. Some Ferngully shit. If you've never been to Bute, come. It's so pretty. I would go as far as saying that it's actually better than Lewis and Harris. Lewis and Harris is a little bit barren, just like nothing grows there because it's so windy, but it's so lush here. I mean, obviously if you can get yourself a Gamekeeper tour, I'd recommend that as well, but it's going to cost you a lot more than what it cost us because we got it for free. I think tonight we're going to go and try some whiskey. Some Isle of Bute whiskey. I can't believe it. Like, we were forecasted rain for the whole time we were here and no rain at all. It's just starting now.